Right here, this is the entrance to our shop, and then upstairs is where we have our showroom and offices. So here on this side, we've got our showroom. We added the showroom about a year ago to be able to have a space so clients can come in and look at our furniture, touch the pieces, look at all of our samples, look at table legs, table bases, things like that. It's been insanely helpful for the last year. The majority of the clients that we sell to, we end up closing here in our showroom. Just with that in mind, what we pay monthly for this space and what I've invested into it has paid off tenfold for sure. Clear finish wood types that we've got, having this on the wall, also been super helpful. Got a ton of wood samples, got a bunch of stain samples here. Our 6 main stain colors that are just like some Minwax colors. We have all of them on ash, with a little label. We have all of them on red oak, all of them on maple, and then we just have some of these other clear options as well, in addition to what's on the wall, because it's helpful so people can hold them, look at them, and then they can also carry them around the room to look at them in comparison to other wood types and options too. We have some leg options here. Some of these are ones that we just bought from Carolina Leg Co. We use a number of those products, or we'll remake them or outsource them to other companies to do different wood types. We've got some pieces here. We did these ones in-house. These are 2 of our most popular designs. This is our Leah table design and then our Victoria table design. We sell a lot of these. These are a bunch of the chair options that we have. We don't build these in-house. It's been huge for us to be able to add these to increase our average order value. For a lot of people, it'll bring our average order value from, $2,000 to $4,000 or $3,000 to $6,000 sometimes if they're buying a set of chairs. And we're just painting and staining. We're not actually building in-house. So that's been a really good addition for us too. We'll go across the way and then I'll show you kind of our office space, which we just started leasing. When I first moved into this building, this unit was occupied by a real estate company, and then it became available a few months ago, so I claimed it. We literally started leasing this space 3 weeks ago, so we've been painting and renovating. I have a separate office in here, which has been really nice. And then Brooke, who helps run the business in a lot of ways, she does all of our marketing, she does a bunch of administrative tasks, she does a ton of stuff. She's my main salary employee on the administrative side, so she has her office over here, and we have kind of this lounge area for the team that we utilize for different things too. We're gonna add a ping pong table in here, we're gonna add a big conference table, we're gonna make this kind of a fun workspace for my team, and then also a space for us to be able to show some other furniture, store some things, kind of a multi-purpose room so that we can keep that uncluttered and then keep shop space downstairs uncluttered as well. Okay, so back downstairs, this is the entrance to our shop. So when I first moved into this shop space and started leasing it, I had just this room and then the room that we're about to go into, and that was it. So over the last 3.5, almost 4 years, we've just been expanding. This room right now is obviously a bit of a disaster, but we use it for our studio space. We film a lot of stuff in here. You may recognize this wall back here. And then we do most of our pictures for pieces down here as well. Before, we were taking everything upstairs to photograph in the showroom, which sucked. So we added hardwood flooring in here, dressed it up, got some other stuff, and then we use it for staging pieces as well. But clearly it's a disaster, and there's a lot of pieces that we need to get out in the next 2 weeks or so. We're trying to figure out exactly how to use this a little more efficiently, and the same thing with this room, which we will go into next. This room is somewhat production, mostly storage. Like I said, this is where we used to do literally all of our milling. I had joiner, planer, table saw, band saws, dust collector, all that stuff was previously in this room. Started out with about 800 to 1,000 square feet, and then we've expanded. We've got about 5,000 in this building now. Here we've got, these are just tables that are getting delivered either today or tomorrow. Over here we've got what was just a table rack. We have a lot of pieces or tops that will come off that we aren't ready to build the bases for yet. So we put them on this rack when they're either fully finished or close to finished, just to get them out of the way, which has been really helpful. Got a laser over here, and I do a lot of CNC programming right here. Got some packaging and shipping stuff, which we'll move upstairs. And then obviously a lot of lumber storage and other various things as well. So we'll be converting this to more of a production space over the next couple months, but it's, after we added that space upstairs, everything's kind of shifting just a little bit, which this space definitely will. Then in this back space is where we have our CNC, which is a disaster right now because we just cut a huge pedestal and we couldn't run dust collection on it. This machine is a linchpin to our shop, essentially. So we use this on a lot of projects. Super helpful. We can get more into CNC manufacturing at some point down the line, but we also use this for lumber and material storage too. As you can see, we've got a bunch of big stack of walnut here, some other scrap storage here. This is staging for CNC components, and then we've just got a variety of things here. Got a panel saw that belongs to the shop next door. We use it a little bit, but it's mostly just kind of here for them. It's helpful every once in a while. The rest of the shop is back here. When we first moved in, this led to outside, which is what this big garage door was for. You'd open it up and be in the back parking lot. And then last May 2023, we built this pole barn out back so we could add more manufacturing space. Spray booth right here, dust collection, a ton of lumber that I got from this company, Hartzell, recently, that we've kind of been going through, a lot of white oak and walnut. Big clamp rack for our tables, workbenches, drum sander, table saw, Everything is set up strategically for us to kind of have a circular motion or a circular flow of our pieces, so we can try to minimize the amount of steps that it takes to be able to get a tabletop finished. We're building a lot of tabletops, so to be able to get stuff like off the rack, essentially we move it from the rack over to staging there, we break it down here, and then it goes milling, and then it works its way back over here. It's not a perfect system because we don't have an insane amount of space, but for the most part, it works really well. But yeah, that's been good to figure out. Got a big old workbench, which is really helpful for base glue ups, things like that. Over here, we've got this exterior door, which we've actually been using kind of like a whiteboard, which has been helpful. So our shop lead, Brandon, he'll write out different things on there that we need everybody to do on the team. We have stuff in Asana, which is our project management software, but to be able to have stuff visually to look at and not have to pull your phone out, it eliminates distractions and eliminates my guys from getting out their phone and getting distracted by, whatever notifications, Instagram, crap like that, so that they just look at this and they know what to do next, or they look at this and they know their component sizes that they need to make for a table or a piece that we're building. So that's been helpful. We've got this big miter station that I bought from someone. Their shop was closing down. I got it from them. Came with all this Omni wall stuff, which is really nice. So for us to be able to get all of the tools, the things that we use the most, we have all of that on this wall. And then we have a ton of drawer and cabinet storage organization as well, which is really nice. So my goal is just create efficiency, create organization, so we're spending less and less time looking for crap in the shop, because time is money, and we want to make sure that we're doing the best we can and making sure everything has a home. So like I said, our time isn't getting wasted looking for things. But yeah, this has been good. Got all these things here, big workbench. Really helpful to have a big flat work surface if you have the room for it, to be able to build things on and to have room around it, which is efficient. And then over here, just another workbench, router table, clamp storage, and then over here we just got a lathe with a big pedestal on it. So that's pretty much our entire layout. Things have changed a lot over the last couple years. We're consistently moving stuff here in the shop to try and figure out what's going to be the most efficient layout and just make the most sense for the team. And I'm usually asking my guys, because they're in here working more than I am, about what they recommend moving and changing and adjusting and adding and all that stuff too. It's been cool to see everything develop and change for the last couple years, especially in this space, because we've only been here 4 years. If you're a woodworker struggling to figure out how to bring your business from part-time to full-time and then full-time to profitable, I created the Furniture Business Builders program to help you have all the information I wish I had when I was starting out. The program includes over 50 videos focusing on things like digital marketing, sales, production tips and tricks, pricing your work, and so much more. We also do weekly Q&As and coaching calls. I'm actively running this furniture business day in and day out, so I'm learning and growing in new areas every single day, just like everyone else in the program. I'll include a link for a 7-day free trial to the program to help you get your business stable and profitable.